Norristown went on a little mini run of their own, and then Ed checked out, and that allowed Neshaminy to close a little bit towards the end of the quarter.
And Cass Thomas scored 4 points right there under a minute to put the Redskins closer to the Eagles.
Well, I think maybe between quarters, Coach Simon might have done something to try to get Bihar a little bit more involved in the offense, whether it's a double screen or something to get this kid on track, because he's capable of exploding for a 20-point night. And I predicted 20 points before the game, and I'm going to stay with that. I still think he's going to get his 20.
He's got to do 20 3/4. He's got the ball right now, and he's guarded by Marcus Green. Inside to Cass Thomas. Back to Tim Boone. Boone with a shot is no good. Rebound, Weldon. Maurice Allen and Green pushing the ball up. That's Wiggins in the corner. Wiggins' three-pointer is no good. Rebound, Tim Boone. And there's Bihar with the ball. Yet to score a basket for the Redskins. Bounce pass to Lippincott. Over to Boone in the corner. It's no good. Rebound, Wiggins. Wiggins pushes it up. Fast-paced game here for the Eagles. He decides to dish it off to Marcus Green. Green drives the lane, dishes off to Wiggins. Peace of mind to do that, and there's going to be a foul on the floor.
So far collectively, Norristown as a team has just been too much for Neshaminy to try to handle on the boards. They've got all four guys, pretty much except for Marcus Green, crashing, and if they're not bringing the ball down, they're at least tipping it to one of the other players, and that has been a great benefit for the Eagles so far tonight.
Bihar takes a seat, and Antoine Lovelace is back for the Redskins. One thing I'm noticing is Marcus Green is creating his own highlight film as he's driving the lane, drawing the double coverage and then dishing off to one of his teammates, and that's a quality move there.
It is, and it's definitely going to plant a seed in the back of the mind of these players for the rest of tonight, and any coaches who are scouting tonight that, hey, watch out for this guy cutting through the lane. He's dangerous.
Wiggins' shot goes away. Weldon gets the rebound and passes back to Green, who gets to Moore and back to Green. Eddie Moore posting up the top of the key. Passes to Weldon. Weldon drives the baseline, looking for a foul. It's nothing there, but he scores a basket.
A lot of bodies colliding down there. Nice strong move by Weldon, going straight to the basket.
Having trouble getting it across half court. They get it to Lippincott. Back to Thomas. Number 14, that's, I don't have number 14 on the docket here. Lippincott inside. Nothing there. Fouls on James Wiggins, number 31. That's his first foul. The Eagles' only second foul. Not a lot of fouls in tonight's game. Number 14 for the Redskins, our unidentified man.
John Doe.
John Doe, number 1. Maybe we can get a scouting report on him from our helper back here. There's Cass Thomas underneath the basket. He's up in the air and he gets fouled. Able to turn the three-point play.
It'll be interesting to see who the foul's called on.
I bet it's going to be on Eddie Moore. Yes, it is. And that's the second, right?
Yes, it is. Don't like the sound of that. Coach McGee also is well aware of Ed's foul situation, and TJ Tolson comes in immediately. Ed with his hands up in front of himself, kind of trying to defend his position and what happened to the coaching staff at Norristown.
But the black and white have the final say as Cass Thomas goes to the line. Thomas' shot is short, and so is a rebound from Norristown as Neshaminy, who takes over and has another scoring opportunity. Lippincott inside. Triple teamed, and he still scores the basket. And we're tied, 18-18. Maurice Allen driving the lane, traveling, tried to baseline, but he didn't get anything.
One too many steps for Maurice. It was a nice baseline move. He was trying to get a pass off, and landed his foot down before he could release the ball, and the referee was right there to make the call.
Cass Thomas Lovelace ahead to Thomas. There's John Doe.
Nice pick by Marcus Green.
Patented move by Marcus Green. Dishes off to Maurice Allen. Maurice Allen gets clubbed and no foul, and he goes right to the referee for the look.
Sometimes Norristown moves too quickly for the refs to even register what's going on, but they certainly didn't have a hard time calling the foul at the other end. Coach McGee is desperately calling for a timeout.
I think it's more of he wants to talk to the referee than talk to his players. A couple fouls going the wrong way there.
You're absolutely right. There goes Coach McGee right into the face of the ref.
Coach McGee's just about to point the finger at the referee, puts his hands behind his back. That's an experienced coach settling himself down. Coach McGee has been at this basketball coaching job for a long time here at Norristown, as well as at St. Pius X up in Pottstown.
The ref is just explaining his position, saying, hey, listen, I call him as I see him. I'm not in it for one team or the other to win. I'm going to call him as I see him for both sides.
Oh, we have to check his high school record. Maybe he's a Neshaminy graduate. We don't know. Maybe he wore a red uniform at one time.
Side note for the evening, Neil, girls had a game tonight.
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm falling asleep over here. And
That's okay.
They beat Neshaminy 49-44 behind Jackie Cresswell's 15 points. So we congratulate the girls team.
Definite turnaround the second half of the season for the girls.
A lot of positive things coming out of that program right now as Lovelace takes a shot, but Lippincott gets the rebound. Lovelace guarded by Maurice Allen, sticking them like glue.
Before we get off the topic of the girls, I happened to notice in the paper they had scoring leaders, and after 7 games, Melissa Kelly was in the top 5 already for area scoring leaders at over 16 a game.
That's right. Marcus Green driving the lane for the Eagles. Easy 2 points for him.
Speaking of point guards, there goes Marcus Green.
That's right.
He's good for 9 so far tonight, leading all scorers.
If we were to make like a basketball card set of Norristown players, we'd have to put Melissa Kelly and Marcus Green on the same card because they're 2 really excellent guards. As here we see another play by Marcus Green. He'll score another 2 points.
Marcus was almost waiting for Bihar to come down and foul him, it looked like, or to try to foul him. Looked like he was taunting him a little bit as he was timing his steps.
He's really taking it to Bihar tonight. Bihar is scoreless. Marcus Green is full of scoring as Lovelace tries to dribble against Maurice Allen, and Allen is guarding him like yesterday's news.
Marcus is known for being able to explode in the scoring column, although he doesn't have to for Norristown to win. For example, in the game at Harrisburg, a highly rated team, he was the leading scorer out there with 28. So he is capable, quite capable.
A lot of bodies flying around inside, and there's going to be a foul called. It looks like it's going to be on Lippincott.
Marcus Green is capable of putting the ball in the hole, and we've seen that so far tonight.
Timeout here called by Neshaminy. They trail the Norristown Eagles by 2 right now. It's 22-20. And looking ahead on the Eagles' schedule, they have 5 games left. CB West, William Tennant, Penn Ridge, CB East, and then Abington on February 10th. And I would say that most of those games, well, 2 of those games are at home, 3 are away, and those are all league games and very important games for the district seeding. Can you fill us in a little bit about the district seeding, John, how we're going to fare as far as seeding for the playoffs?
No, Neil, I probably can't, but I do want to make a couple comments about the rest of the Norristown schedule. They had their hands full up at Doylestown against West. West comes down here in the gym next Tuesday.
Yes.
Although time doesn't mean anything for this broadcast because there's no telling when you're looking at it. But if you're watching this in retrospect, CB West really gave Norristown a hard time. Tennant's got a nice program. Penn Ridge will be a win for Norristown. CB East will be a win for Norristown, and then away to Abington will be a win. So I'd see at least 4 wins coming out of the stretch run here, if not 5.
Yeah, talking about the playoff picture, you know PW is going to be in there. You know that Hatboro-Horsham has a good team. You know that Chester and Glen Mills both have good teams. So it's interesting to see who the representatives from our league is going to be. I think Hatboro-Horsham might get squeezed out of a good seed at the district playoffs, and that's a shame because they have a real quality program. It's going to be PW and Norristown looking to come out of the Suburban 1, and we have Chester and Glen Mills and some other good schools, so there's going to be a lot of good talent as Bihar takes a shot and it goes away, and he is scoreless tonight. So Marcus Green shows him how to do it. He dribbles around him, head to Maurice Allen.
Marcus is up to the scouting report against Bihar tonight. He has shut him down completely.
3:06 remaining in the first half as Norristown enjoys a 2-point lead right now. And the defense is back. They say stay back. That's Coach Simon telling them to stay back. We'll just have a little delay here.
Interesting strategy on the part of Coach McGee. We've seen this a couple times this season where he's gone into the stall at times that you wouldn't necessarily think they'd be in it.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
a solid 3 minutes left to go here.
Pretty far away from halftime, but they're looking for a shot, I guess.
A little bit unconventional.
Weldon's pass goes away, and Bihar steals it for the Redskins. Back to Lovelace. Lovelace tries for three. It's no good. Rebound goes to the Norristown Eagles and Maurice Allen. He's got Weldon. Another bad pass for the Eagles. Another opportunity going down the drain.
It's all right. Norristown is definitely not playing their best game of the season, and yet they're still in this game. They're holding on to a 2-point lead.
Comes the spark plug. Salim Campbell, number 11, checks in as Allen hits the bench.
I don't think Coach McGee was too impressed with the behind-the-back pass. If it was executed properly and it made it through traffic in the lane, he might have been in the game still. But since it was not successful, Salim Campbell gets a little playing time.
Sean Kenzer off the bench for the Redskins. Passes it to Lovelace. Lovelace looks inside to Lippincott. Lippincott gets another 2 points. I believe that's 4 for Lippincott.
Lippincott's actually playing a pretty nice game. He's a solid presence inside. He's impressing me a little bit.
We're tied again at 22. Marcus Green over to Salim Campbell to Shockley. Shockley's got Weldon and Tolson inside. Marcus Green with a 2-pointer. Nope, 3-pointer. Check that. Referee with a late signal there, and it's 25-22. We're at a minute 39 left in the half. Marcus Green already has 14 points. Norristown scored only 25. He's more than half the scoring. As Tolson sticks a hand in and steals it, he's got Campbell and but he takes it home. And that gets the crowd off their feet. They were sitting on their hands. Tolson brings them alive.
That is a big-time slam right there. In traffic off a fast break.
I was going to say, it's not like he was all alone. He was being guarded heavily by the Redskins, and he let one rip, and three-quarters of this gymnasium just went nuts.
That is a big-time yoke, and the quarter of the gym that didn't go nuts is wearing the Neshaminy red.
That's right. Lovelace's shot is off, and there's Tolson again. He's ahead to Shockley. He's got Campbell. He's got Weldon. He pulls up with an interesting-looking shot, and it goes in.
I like that shot by Weldon. That's a tough bucket to make, but cut that tape and splice it because TJ may want to send that sequence away. Slam dunk. Rebound, baseball pass down the other end, resulting in a.
Look at his defense. Marcus Green is not giving up with 34 seconds left in the half. Norristown's taking a 7-point lead, and they're still sticking at the Bihar. Bihar scoreless again. It's Tolson to Green to Shockley. Shockley another fadeaway. Yes. Tries to draw the foul. The basket's no good. Lovelace with the rebound. Just an exciting game here at Norristown, as it always is.
Well, definitely a flurry of activity. We went from 0 to 90 in about a minute and a half here as we just were watching Coach McGee in a stall offense with 3 minutes left. All of a sudden, Shockley...
5-second violation against Lovelace, and he's not too happy with it. He struts down the court, and Salim Campbell smiles. He knows he did his job.
Well, TJ Tolson had other offensive strategies in mind from Coach McGee's stall game, and he put a big exclamation point on the end of the half here for the Eagles.
Marcus Green, 4 seconds to go. He still has a chance. Shockley with a 3-pointer. It's no good. Norristown surges right there in the last 3 minutes, and they take a 7-point lead into the locker room. 29-22, Norristown lead. And so far, it's been the Marcus Green show. He's been doing everything: stealing, defense, passing, and scoring. He has 14 points, including a 3-pointer right off the get-go. And Norristown using a little defense to put it to the Redskins. Big plays there by TJ Tolson, and including a slam dunk that brought the crowd alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcus Green had 2 3-pointers in that half. Another nice sign was that Ed Moore's playing a nice all-around game, grabbing some boards. He's only got 4 points, but he's got a couple blocks, couple boards. Ryan Shockley had a nice basket at the end. TJ Tolson, of course, the exclamation point towards the end of the half. Brad Weldon chipped in with 2, but you see a lot of guys playing some good defense, forcing some turnovers. If they finished off a couple more of these fast breaks, the game wouldn't be a 7-point game right now. It would probably be like a 15-point game, and it'll be a little bit more at hand for Norristown.
That's right. Norristown outscored Neshaminy 13-8 in that second quarter. Bihar has been quiet. He has not scored any points, although he's been controlling the ball for the Redskins. Lippincott, however, has impressed us. He has probably 6 points in tonight's game, along with Cass Thomas, and 4. Antoine Lovelace is also in the scoring column for the Redskins, and we'll be back with the second half right after this.
back at Norristown Area High School. Opening up the second half of action here. Norristown ahead by 7 points, 29-22 here. And thus far, Norristown really has executed fairly well. Their game plan traditionally is their up-tempo defense, creating easy buckets for the offense, and that's been there pretty much. If they would have converted a couple more, it would have been a little bit easier on them. But yet they've got a 7-point advantage over one of the quality teams in the area in Neshaminy. And the scoring for Neshaminy thus far is Kaz Thomas has 12, and he's pretty much the only known entity of Neshaminy to really do any damage against the Eagles tonight. Jeff Lippincott has 5, but they were an important 5 because he's the second leading scorer. And then finally Sean Quenzer has 3, and Antoine Lovelace only has a deuce so far. So they've really done a good job shutting down Bihar and Lovelace as Marcus Green strips Neshaminy and prevents a Neshaminy possession on that one. Norristown working against a 2-3 defense of Neshaminy. Inside penetrating, we've got a walk, but that was Shockley trying to split the middle. Coach McGee throwing his hands up in the air. He didn't see the steps the same way that the referee did. And Norristown opens up in the full court pressure. They did have a wide open Kaz Thomas. However, the pass was errant off the rim and winds up in the hands of TJ Tolson. Cross court over to Maurice Allen, who misses the 3-point shot. And Kaz Thomas at the other end of the court all of a sudden grabs the board. Bihar yet to be heard from, as I mentioned. Having a rough time of it against Marcus Green, who read his scouting report and has followed through with it. Lovelace long on the 3. Maurice Allen one-on-one. Interesting to see what happens here. Maurice just elevates right over top of Lovelace. Makes good on the bucket. It's now 31-22 in favor of Norristown. And we're just under, right at 6:40 here in the third quarter.
Kaz Thomas leading the scoring for Neshaminy so far. He's got 12 points, 12 of 22. Here comes the ball, John. It's ours.